In today's video, I want to talk about annoying customers. You're going to come across this if you're doing anything local service-wise. I'm currently taking down Christmas lights. I've only got a few left, but as you can see, well, I guess you can't see, there's still snow on the ground and we're in like 12-degree temperatures. So a lot of the ice that come from the recent winter storm has not melted. And there's like 2 inches of ice in a lot of these gutters. Now, a lot of the clips, because I make my bulbs face out like this, they're stuck in there, and I've actually had to like chisel some out. Luckily, it's only been like 1 or 2, and I broke a lot of clips too. So not only is it going to cost me money, I have extra clips on hand, but for everybody else, it would probably cost you money next year replacing clips. And this is pertaining to the Christmas light install business. So I've got a few left, and one of my customers, you know, I've always been on time with her. She's one of my bigger clients. I keep her updated all the time. I let her know, you know, we're going to have to wait for the ice to melt and stuff like that. And it's a 3-story house, so it's like, it's not nothing. Like, it's very dangerous. There's still ice on the ground under the snow for a 32-foot ladder to get put up there. And it's on a hillside as well when you go over to the side of the house. Huge house. For the most part, good client. Now, she got handed to me by somebody that was being cheap when I first took her on. And they made me price match, even though I had to buy the lights. They didn't give me any of the lights or nothing like that. $2,000 for like 446 feet of lights. Very cheap. That's cheap. If you're pricing that way, you're cheap. Don't do that. You won't make enough if you pay people and you hire out, which I do. I have helpers. I told her I went up on her this year to $3,200. And I told her, I said, if you were a new client, she said, oh, well, that's kind of high. I was like, well, if you were a new client, I was fully willing to lose her as a customer. I told her, I said, if you were a brand new client and I was quoting your house for the first time, you would be $4,460. And she was like, oh, okay. And I said, I'll tell you what, if you let me put them up in October, I'll give you $300 more off. I raised it $900, $2,900. And I had the lights from the year before, so it was mostly profit minus paying the employees. Now, we are in the, let's see, this is the 2nd week of January, which I tell them the first 3 weeks of January, I start takedowns, and if we can get to you, we get them, you know, as soon as we can as we go. So, we're in the middle of the 2nd week, and she's already, like, has texted me like, can I get a time frame on when the lights will be down? And to me, I get it, right? Like, but there's also snow on the roof, so you can't actually see them unless you turn them on. And I'm like, what's the deal, you know? And I've already told her before she sent me that text, I said, we're gonna start, I told her the Monday we're starting the 1st week of January after New Year's. I said, we're starting this Monday. We'll get to everybody in order to be on the lookout for a text that will be coming by to get the lights. And she's already got that message, gave me a thumbs up, said, okay, thanks. Now, yesterday, she sends me a text, said, is there a time frame on when the lights will be down? And I'm like, I just told you to look out for a text. I didn't say that, but I was like, come on. And, you know, they're not harming anything. There's still snow on the roof. Matter of fact, I think it looks better when the lights are on with snow. We had none in December. It's all been in January. But it's just these annoying things. And the first year was annoying because they would not budge on their price. And I was like, I kept telling them when I went to quote, I said, you know, I told him that I would take you on and I would match the price. I was like, but just your lights are going to cost me $1,100. And they did. They cost me around $1,100 for just the lights. So I didn't make nothing. And by the time I paid the employees for that first year, and they just would not budge. And they added stuff. They added stuff to what he had already quoted them for. And I was like, what the heck, you know? I really didn't. I really should have said no and texted him and told him that they added on like the garage and the windows, stuff that he hadn't even drawn out. I think he had drawn out like the front 3 windows or something like that and hang their wreath. And they ended up getting 8 windows and a garage for the same price. And I was like, golly. I kept telling them, I was like, it's really cheap. And of course, they're that typical customer that makes a lot of money, whatever. But they're like, and quote, I understand paying people if it's too cheap, let me know. I will pay, we'll pay, we like to pay people good. And then when you go to tell them that it's cheap and you need to go up, it's like a hissy fit. It's like, oh, they scoff at it. It's like, you just told me. I had 2 customers this year, not her. I had a guy that owned a business and said he had moved here and they had been in business like 8 months and he's already made $800,000. He's making $100,000 a month, wedding caterer and catering and all this stuff. And he's like, money's not a obstacle. Don't care how much it costs. I want all of it. I want it to be you can't miss it when you drive by. I said, okay, come out to $8,200. And I said, I knocked it down to $8,000, and he sent me back $8,000. It's like, it's always those customers. Why is it always the customers that say money's not a problem, it's not an issue, I want this, I want that, and then when it comes time for the quote and the estimate, it's like, oh my God. Every time I hear customers say that, the whole time I'm looking at him, and he actually says, he's like, what's that look on your face? Is it going to be a problem to do it? And I was like, no, I talk through my expressions a lot. And I was just like, I was like, I know what I looked like. I was like, it's not an issue, huh? I knew it was going to happen. I knew it, and I called it, and he did the exact thing that I knew was going to happen. So I didn't get let down by it. I was just like, hell with it. $8,000. And that's what it was going to cost. It was a ton of lights, man. He wanted the whole commercial building done in like windows and everything, columns. It was so funny. But anyway, going into 2025 with pressure washing, that'll have an employee doing all the work for that, pulling a trailer or a skid. Haven't decided yet. Probably a skid, put in their truck. And for the lawn care venture that I've started, and I've already got 44 customers. I've got 44 lawn care customers in December. What is happening? It's already $8,000 a month business. But anyway, that's for that channel. You guys don't care about that. Is lawn care better than pressure washing? No, it's not. I mean, you can make $8,000 in like half the work. You can make your average ticket for one property can get up to $2,000. So you do 4 properties in a week, and you've already made what 44 yards will be for lawn care. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy. Brand new lawn care, brand new Google My Business, brand new Facebook, brand new Yelp, brand new everything, brand new LLC, brand new bank account, and I've already got that many customers. I haven't even started doing door-to-door yet. So it's kind of wild what can happen and what you speak into existence. Look at all that ice. It's solid. Ain't no getting that out. Good Lord. Holy crap. So as you can see there, I'll include the clip. I just stopped at the first customer's home. Yeah, there's a lot of ice, and those clips are not coming out unless I break that ice and chisel it out, and I'm not doing that. So in 2 weeks, around the end of January, it's supposed to be up in the 40s. So I just told that lady that yeah, we're gonna have to wait on them, and that one didn't mind. She said she understands. She would rather us be safe. That's the kind of customer you want. Year 2 customer, probably will be a year 3 customer. Those are the ones you want. And now we're gonna go to the slightly annoying customer, but it's a big it's one of the bigger jobs, I guess you could say. So I'll catch you guys when we make it to the next house. I'll take a little clip of that. I can already tell you it's going to be frozen, but she just wants me to stop by because, you know, it's like, well, how does he know? I'm really considering dropping this customer next year. I can see why, because the lawn care guy that was doing it before, I guess he still mows her yard. He told her he was getting out of the business because he couldn't find help. Well, when he gave me her property to do Christmas lights on, I was like, you have any other properties you don't want to do anymore? And he never said anything about it. So I 100% know that he's probably still doing those other properties. He just wanted to offload this terrible customer. And yeah. So next year I will probably look to offload her as well. I'm very, very heavily considering it. If anything, I'll do it one more year maybe, just because she pays cash, but we'll see. All right, guys, as you just saw, it's like, are you kidding me? You know, I guess she expects us to heat up the ice and gutters. So I sent her those pictures, and you already know that they see that every day, right? Like, you know, every time they pull in and out, they go out their front door, they see that ice. It's like, you kind of put two and two together. There are lights, I'll put a picture up here. There are lights that are completely covered in ice. Like, you can't even see the light bulb sticking up. And she's got a whole section in the corner that is like, it's its own like ice pour off. It's just straight up and down. Like, it's like literally an ice spear that's sticking up from where it's went off, and the gutter got froze over and water just kind of went over, and it made like a little mini waterfall. So, man, it's always those customers. She just sent me a text. I ain't read it yet. I'm gonna have to read it. But the text she sent me after I sent her the videos, I took a little video, I'll put a clip there, and you probably already seen it. And I sent her a couple pictures, the worst spot, and then the spot that I cleaned the snow off of, which was nothing but ice underneath. Just like the yard, you step in this snow on the yard, even though the sun's out and it looks nice, and some of the snow and ice is melted. What's left is nothing but snow on top of ice, because there was like 5 or 6 inches, and then there was like a sheet of about a ½ inch or an inch of ice, and then there was a second winter storm that came, and it was like another 4 inches of snow. So like, it's been like 36, 37 degrees the past couple of days, and today it's like, you know, 24 degrees right now. People are like, oh yeah, the snow's melting, can we get our lights off now? And it's like, I'll come look. I've got a lot off, but man, I've really messed up a lot of my product, that's for sure. I'll have to be replacing a lot of clips and a lot of wiring. I had to make a few cuts. Some got left in the gutter. It was just froze, and I was like, you know, well, oh well, ain't that big of a deal, you know. But still, unfortunately, we've had a bad winter takedown season, Christmas lights. Let me know if you've ever had, you know, that experience with a customer that just doesn't get it, right? Just doesn't get it. Doesn't understand. What's this guy doing? He slowed down to like 25 miles an hour. Doesn't understand stuff like that. It's like stuff that's out of your control. Like, I can't control, especially Kentucky weather. Kentucky weather, last year we didn't really have a winter until like May. It snowed in May in Kentucky. Think about that. It snowed in May last year. And it went from like the week before it did that, it was like 91 degrees. That's how crazy, like when you see memes of Kentucky weather, they're not joking. We're right in the middle of the United States. We get hit with both hot and cold at random intervals throughout the year. Very weird. That being said, have you ever had those customers that just, like, stuff that you and your company can't control, they just like, they're always just nagging you. They're nagging. That's a good word. They're a bunch of naggers. Like, unfortunately, this one's a pretty decent sized ticket. I mean, it's $2,900 cash every year now. Cash, like not card, not anything. They pay the deposit with cash, 50% up front. Like, I mean, but I'm probably gonna head out. I guess I'll start posting on this channel again, dude. YouTube is not that worth it for me. I'm also going to be posting a lot of my stuff. I was making like a pressure washing course, but I mean, to me, pressure washing YouTube, like sub niche, like very, very niche. There's not that many people looking into the actual pressure washing business as there once was during the COVID period, when everybody was leaving their job with the stimulus checks. They were starting pressure washing lawn care businesses. They were starting these businesses. Now it's like everybody's went back to work. They're like, okay, we got work. Everything's back to normal. We got some good administration coming in. They're going to work a ton of overtime. He's doing away with overtime tax. Everybody's getting jobs again. It's like now viewership overall has dropped, which isn't a huge deal, but it's like I feel like I'm wasting my time. Whereas I could be focusing on business side of things and growing the new lawn care venture. Even though I'm already at 44 clients, I could be looking for more clients. I could be I can go ahead and be hiring an employee for next year. Go ahead and be getting some resumes in. That way I don't have to do it. And yeah, I just feel like there is a greater use of my time as far as that goes. Let me know what you think about that. I don't know what else to post. I mean, the stuff I've already posted is the only stuff that's getting searched, like equipment, upsells, marketing, how to turn on a pressure washer, pressure washers 101, like all the stuff that people watch. I've either already made a video for, or other creators like, Southeast Soft Wash or Jason Guyman or Aaron have already made videos before. They're just a little older. They're like 2, 3, 4 years old, but it covers those topics. And it's like, man, do I really want to sit here and waste my time and make stuff that's like already out there? Like, do I really want to do that? I don't know. YouTube start, and I only make from this channel. I might make like $150 in a month, and when I post all the time, it might get up to like 500 if I post all the time. It's just not worth the time investment, and I'm not hiring an editor because an editor costs like in between $50 to $200 per video, usually around that. For the stuff that I want, $200 range. So it's like, YouTube just doesn't seem like it's it. If I did YouTube, I would do more of like a vlog style where I just don't care and I just talk to the camera like I'm doing right now. I should have moved this mount a little bit over. My GoPro's messed up. It's like, man, then you got to buy new camera equipment. Like YouTube becomes its own thing.